and I'm here today with Arielle of Twisted Plants, right on Brady Street, downtown Milwaukee, and we are very excited to be part of the WWBIC Cooking Up Business Series. So thanks so much for being part of this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Arielle has a great story. I know her and her husband a little bit. I've tried their food, which is amazing, and I am a pescatarian, vegetarian, but I do eat the fish, and their products are almost entirely vegetarian.
Yes.
And we're going to hear a little bit about that. But as you know, with the WWBIC Cooking Up Business Series, we first want to talk about the most important part behind any business, and that's the entrepreneur and the business owner and the person. So Arielle, if you could tell a little bit about really just yourself, not even necessarily the journey, maybe you and your husband, because you both are partners in business. But you grew up in Milwaukee, you born here. Tell us about you.
Okay, so I grew up in Illinois. I spent most of my time between Chicago, Illinois, and Rockford, Illinois, most of my childhood. And I started cooking at a very young age. I was pretty much a latchkey kid, so my mom taught me to cook early. I was the oldest of three. My earliest memories of cooking is maybe when I was about 10 years old.
That's little.
Yeah. Yeah, I would always just be in the kitchen helping with family gatherings around the holidays and things like that. And that's how I kind of got started in the kitchen.
So you're the oldest of the three?
Yes.
Okay, so you would come home, mom's working. Brother, sister?
Two brothers.
Two brothers, okay,
Yes.
which is two brothers. You got that going.
Right.
So you made a snack, you just opened up some cookies.
It started with things I can make in the microwave, like maybe the ramen packets, and then it kind of advanced to things that I could put in the oven, frozen pizza, and then that kind of advanced to pasta and things like that. So
You moved along. Even for a little 10-year-old, you've been doing some of that stuff, you know. So, yeah. Did you have special moments with your mom? Was your mom a good cook or family members?
Yes, my mom is a great cook. Like, everybody in the family loves her food, and I get a lot of my inspiration from her.
Nice. What are some of the favorites that she cooked that maybe you still even cook?
Soul food. So I have veganized a lot of her soul food items, such as cornbread dressing, sweet potatoes, greens. So yeah.
But you take some of the, I know a lot of pork fat and things
Exactly.
in that, which really makes stuff taste good.
It does, but
you have to work a lot harder
Yes.
to be a good tasting vegetariarian. I know that.
Absolutely. I had to really play around with seasonings and things like that to kind of get it to taste right for me.
Yeah.
But
You really get it going, getting that, especially like with beans and stews. You put that ham hock in there, you put
And
some
it
of that
gives
bacon.
so much flavor.
Then you gotta work the onions and work the tomatoes. But-
Yeah.
Good, okay. And so when did you feel, do you feel that you're a chef? Or do you feel you're a cook? Or how do you sort of label yourself?
I'm still not comfortable with the chef title. I would consider myself a cook. though.
What about your husband?
He's a cook.
He's a cook too?
Yeah. He's
Self-taught, both of you, or did you do a little cooking school? Or?
Yeah, self-taught. We
Okay.
have not had any formal training for culinary.
And from other people?
Mostly just how we grew up.
You grew up,
Yeah.
okay. Did you ever work in restaurants before you owned your own?
Nope, not at all.
Wow. Okay, so you were working or you weren't working and all of a sudden you go, I'm gonna start this business. Twisted Plants, tell us about the entrepreneurial journey.
So, definitely. So, we started with a food truck in 2019. And the idea to start a food truck came about when we changed our diets. It was probably about a year after we gave up meat. And I had gave up meat and dairy. And Brandon had gave up meat, but I was not cooking dairy in my household, so we kind of just caught on to the vegan lifestyle without a problem. But we noticed when we would go out to eat, there was not a lot of vegan options available, and the options that were available were not the best tasting options. And that's kind of how the idea for the food truck came about.
So tell us a little bit about the vegan journey. So you stopped eating meat. It's like cold turkey, I'm stopping eating meat, and we stopped dairy.
Okay. So in 2016, I was diagnosed with lymphoma. It kind of came out of nowhere. I did not have a history of cancer in my family or anything like that. I had gone like watch different videos. So I found documentaries on Netflix, such as What the Health and Cowspiracy, and it was talking about how animal food products really affect our bodies and how they do harm to our bodies. And it got me thinking, like, maybe this could be the reason why I possibly, I caught lymphoma. Well, not caught, but
You know.
Exactly. So I saw the links between like animal foods and cancers and different diseases, especially diseases that really plague the Black community, such as heart disease and high blood pressure. And it just made me want to change the way that I eat. So I gave up meat. A year later, I gave up dairy. And a year after that, I opened a vegan food truck.
Okay. Did you feel better almost right away, or did it take a while? Now you've been almost 4 years without meat.
It's been since 2018.
Okay, so like, 4 going on 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you feel better?
Yeah, I feel absolutely better. Yeah, I just feel like I had more energy. I recover from sicknesses quicker, and I really don't get sick very often. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And your husband was good with that too?
Yes, he was. He's always been like a healthy eater.
Yeah,
So
he seems fit.
yes, definitely. Anything that we can do to support a healthier lifestyle, he's all for it.
Okay, so you're getting healthy, eating the vegetarian food, no dairy. I love my dairy. But
Yeah.
I get it. But then you go, I'm gonna open up a restaurant.
Yeah, because we had such a hard time finding good vegan food when we wanted to eat out. So
Yeah.
we had a lot of less than pleasurable experiences, and it always led to me saying, like, I could cook better at home, or I could provide a better vegan meal, without going out to eat.
So give it a try with the food cart.
Yes.
And it met with success almost right away?
Yes, absolutely. I think at that time, it was not very common, I think the vegan lifestyle was just starting to be on the rise, or more popularized. Of course there were people who were vegan and vegetarian before, but with such new developments in technology with Beyond Meats and Impossible Meat, it kind of helped people transition to that lifestyle easier.
Now, are you one of the only vegetarian food carts in Milwaukee? I think so too. Yeah, I feel like I know most of the food carts, and I'm thinking that. And the other thing too, myself again, not eating meat, eating fish. There's often some vegetarian specials or vegetarian, but it's not the same of going, I can have anything I want here. I don't have to worry about it. This, that.
Yes, absolutely. One thing that we do here is provide lots of options. And people are usually overwhelmed by our menu because they're not used to having so many options the way that they eat.
So you open up the food cart. How long then did you open up your first restaurant, which is in Cudahy? We'll get the addresses later to share with everybody. How long did that?
It was a year later.
A year later. Was that part of the plan or not
It
necessarily?
was not part of the plan. We thought that the following year we would just do another food truck season, and Brandon stumbled across this opportunity to take over a lease in Cudahy. It just really caught us by surprise.
So opportunity presented itself.
Yes, that's basically how it happened.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that go to your place in Cudahy.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we're on Brady Street. Fabulous Brady Street, been around for a long time, and we're here. So all of a sudden you go and open up another restaurant on Brady Street? Or was it an opportunity?
It was another opportunity. There was a business here, a burger place here, and they weren't doing too well, but due to COVID, which a lot of restaurants weren't doing well around that time, and rather than break their lease, they were searching for someone to take over the lease. And the landlord had heard about us, and we were first in line.
Great. It's sort of fun that you used to serve burgers here.
Yes.
I'm a vegetarian. I like that.
The funny thing about it, in Cudahy, that was a burger place.
Oh my God.
It was Cudahy Burger Joint, and here it was Betty's Burger.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know WWBIC, Wisconsin Women Business Initiative, helped you out a little bit.
Yes.
You could talk a little bit about how we helped you out, and maybe who else helped you out, and really that entrepreneurial journey, if you needed a loan, what that looked like.
Yeah, so with WWBIC, the loan that we received from WWBIC allowed us to continue throughout the pandemic and retain our staff so that we were able to provide curbside service. Because when we did sign our lease, it was probably about a couple weeks before everything shut down. So we weren't expecting that, and we really didn't know what things would look like, but having that support from WWBIC allowed us to get through it.
Nice, yes. And now, how many employees do you have?
We have about 20 between both
20
locations.
employees, that's
Yeah.
huge.
It is.
That is huge.
Yeah.
And the hours of Cudahy, lunch and dinner?
Yes, so Cudahy is open from Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m.
8 p.m. And here a little bit longer at Brady Street.
Yes, on Brady Street, we're open from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, we're open until 2 a.m.
Oh, so people have a moment and then they want to have a nice vegetarian moment, they can
Yes.
come over Friday or Saturday.
Absolutely.
Nice, excellent. Okay, so I think, because it's a cooking show, we should start cooking something.
Yes.
We're gonna move it to the kitchen. We'll give everybody the addresses and location and information on the food truck, as well as, of course, the recipe of what we're gonna make today, which is gonna be very different. I know it's gonna be great. Okay, we're back in the kitchen of Twisted Plant with Arielle, and she's gonna make something that probably people are gonna go like, what? Because people get sometimes scared with things. It's jackfruit. So first we have to hear about jackfruit, which she already shared with me is an unbelievable meat substitute.
Yes.
Says you gotta get protein. I want to go to my doctor. He goes, when do you need more protein? I go, like pretzels and potato chips don't count? No, gotta get more protein. So protein is huge, huge important, and it's important in your blood. It's important for life later, and especially being a vegetarian when you don't have that meat, which you really have to get your protein.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're gonna make, and tell us about jackfruit too.
So I'm going to make some barbecue jackfruit. Jackfruit is a fruit grown in Southeast Asia. It's a huge, I think they say, I believe it might be the biggest fruit in the world. When it's unripened, it takes on the texture of like pulled pork or shredded chicken.
It looks like that. If you wouldn't know otherwise, you'd almost go, is this some meat?
Yeah.
Really in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really has a really meaty texture that tastes really good in like a vegan pulled pork sandwich.
Okay, so tell us.
Okay, so
Does it come, you buy it fresh or do you buy it canned?
no, we do not buy it fresh.
Okay.
It comes in like vacuum seals. The company that we use is called Upton Foods, and I believe they package this in Sri Lanka. So yeah, it comes in vacuum seals and it's inside of water.
Okay.
So yeah, it arrives in water, preserved in water, and yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so this is about
So again, you had it in a strainer and a
yes.
colander.
So I drained it and rinsed it.
Okay.
It's like 3 packages, 3 of those vacuum sealed packages. This is our seasoning mixture. We have barbecue seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, buffalo seasoning, paprika. The key to something like this, and the reason why a lot of people aren't sure about it, is because when they try to cook it for the first time, it doesn't really taste the best. You really have to make sure that it gets all those good seasonings in there. So
It looks like a lot, but that's a fair amount.
yeah. It is for what it is.
And you're doing barbecue.
And then we have about
Oh, it smells fantastic.
5 cups of barbecue
Sneeze
here.
now. Okay, wait. 5 cups of, yeah. 5 cups of what?
Barbecue.
Okay.
And this is not a barbecue that we make. We actually use a combination of 2 store-bought barbecues to kind of get the flavor that we want.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, if people want to make their own, you can make your own, but it's okay to buy some things too. We're still cooking.
Yeah.
And sometimes people think they cheat by doing different things. So sometimes you're cheating. If you open up the can and you put it in, that's sort of cheating. But if you do this isn't cheating. This is
Yeah,
still
you
cooking.
know, we like to put our own little twist on things. And the key to really like get it in there is to use your hands.
Yes.
And as I'm mixing it with my hands, I'm kind of shredding some of those bigger pieces because they just don't taste that great without the flavor in between it.
And just like the pulled pork, you really want it in those pulled pieces. I mean, this looks,
Yeah.
we didn't know this, I'm looking at pulled pork here.
Yeah, and the smell is amazing.
And nice and moist.
Yes. And when this is all mixed up, we slow cook it for 5 hours.
Right, 5 hours.
Yeah, so that's another key to getting all that good flavor in it.
Really let it marinate.
Yeah.
Let it sit in the refrigerator. And it's like soup. When you make soup, you gotta make it the day before. If you want good soup.
Yeah, so. All right.
Now, through the magic of time, we're gonna have 5 hours that are gonna elapse, and we're gonna go over into the cooking area, and then she's gonna actually show us. Arielle's gonna show us how to really put together the sandwich after it's been marinated for 5 hours. The jackfruit. Okay, we're back in the kitchen, the fry area for preparing our jackfruit barbecue sandwich special, which I can't wait. So now the jackfruit has been marinated for 5 hours in the refrigerator. Got a great flavor, great feel. It's really stewed, and she's going to grill it, right?
Yes.
Go from here.
Yes, so now I'm just toasting our pretzel buns. And I'm going to take a healthy scoop of this cold jackfruit and let that cook on the grill. And while it's cooking, I like to chop up some of those bigger pieces just so it can have that tender pulled pork texture.
So the shop's busy a day. How many of these do you make a day?
Oh man, at least 10. Probably more than
Because
that.
you have a lot of variety on your menu.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What's the most popular, the food part, the most popular item?
I would say the up and smoke burger. That's our burger that has like a onion ring, vegan bacon.
Okay.
It's like fully loaded.
Yeah, I remember when they came to Loan Committee, they brought some food and everybody was a little suspect and they're going, I can't believe it, this is fantastic, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, people really rave about your food.
Yeah, we're just happy to be able to provide this and have it as an option. Honestly, when we go out of town, we miss it.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe
we miss it. So, that was nice and toasted. So the sandwich that I'm making, this is called the How High. The How High sandwich. And it's just barbecue jackfruit with coleslaw, pickles, chipotle ranch, and crispy jalapenos on top.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we usually let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. What's your percentage of carry out versus dine in?
I would say probably about 60% carry out.
Carry out, so still a lot of carry out.
Yeah, we partner with some delivery services. So with Grubhub and Uber Eats, we get a lot more of those than we used to.
Nice. What about formal catering? Will you do
Okay.
formal catering?
Yeah, we do
Okay.
catering.
So if we ask in advance, you can do something. I think we've done used you already at Women.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, we have a totally separate catering menu.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
we
it's good to know.
offer.
We'll make sure to give our viewing audience that too.
Yeah, definitely. Some things that you can find on our catering menu that aren't on our regular menu would be like the vegan mac and cheese, baked beans, soul food. So like those greens I was telling you
Yeah.
about, the dressing, the yams.
Nice.
Yep, all of that is available for catering.
You have a pretty good website?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
TwistedPlants.com.
Good. TwistedPlants.com. I want these sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Remember when I first started being a vegetarian, or early on, I was living in just 1,000 years ago. I was living in Green Bay. Not the place to be a vegetarian.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Everything was meat and potatoes, meat and potatoes.
Wow, I can
Yeah.
imagine. I can imagine that. I have never been to Green Bay, believe it or not, but they don't strike me as a place with a lot of vegan options.
No.
I don't hear about Green Bay having vegan options. So.
No. A lot of broths, a lot of meat. It's all good. It's not for me.
True Wisconsinites, right?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so I think our burger is all ready to be plated.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna put a little bit of slaw on our bottom bun.
Obviously, this isn't a messy sandwich, right?
It's
I'm
definitely
not gonna wear it. I
messy.
gotta do a function tonight. I'm not gonna bite it.
And we're gonna add some pickles. Oh, we got a little
jalapeno?
Yes. Put them on
Not
top.
real bitey, but a little bit of a bite to
A
them.
little, yeah. They're not super
They're almost
spicy.
dry. They're almost dry.
Right.
Yeah. Do you make them?
No, we buy them like this.
And then chipotle?
Yes, this is our Chipotle Ranch.
And that you homemade?
Yes, we make that in-house. And top it off.
Beautiful. Look at that. Close up, close up. Look at that beauty. Oh, that looks so nice. And again, I can get this to go or I can eat it here.
Absolutely.
Good. We're going to move then for our last segment and hear a little bit of advice from Arielle in addition to excellent cooking advice. Again, we're here at Twisted Plants on Brady Street. Fabulous menu. She does catering. You have the 2 locations, Cudahy, Brady Street, and then the food cart. Where does your food cart hang?
Well, we really mostly do events now.
Okay.
Usually we are booked out throughout the summer because people start calling, they have started calling at the end of last year to book out for this spring and this summer. So yeah,
Wow.
we stay pretty busy with events.
You're in demand.
Yes.
And this is smelling fabulous. I just had to hold it a little bit longer. The jackfruit sandwich, barbecue jackfruit, and it's called again?
How high?
How High.
Yes.
I love it. So we end each episode with what I think is really important. People who are watching us, who are thinking about starting a business, are in business and doing well, but want to hear about other great people like you doing well, employing 20 people in Milwaukee, unbelievable, my hero, who are maybe struggling, need to hear about some things. What could I do differently? I need a little bit of hope, a little bit of opportunity. So what kind of advice would you share with someone who's, let's start first with the person who's thinking about starting a business, and maybe specifically in the food and beverage area.
I think for anyone who is thinking about starting a business, that you should just go for it. Seek out resources in your community, resources in your city that can maybe help you with funding and things like that.
So take the leap.
Yeah,
You
take the
believe it,
leap, definitely. Yeah.
Did not plan it. Sort of circumstances with health. Maybe it was a little piece. Life happens, as we say.
Yeah.
And it brought you to, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't envision myself running a restaurant. That was never a dream of mine, but here I am.
And you seem like you're happy and really enjoying it, and you look healthy, and that's great.
I love it. I love entrepreneurship. I love the flexibility that it has allowed me, especially, when it comes to my kids. So yeah.
Okay. What about someone who's in business and, maybe again struggling a little bit or been there and they're going like, I'm going to keep doing this? What do you think?
I would say don't be afraid to step outside the box. Sometimes our inability to change kind of holds us back. And you have to just kind of go with the flow and go with the changes of life. Don't get so stuck in setting your ways and one way of doing business. And also seek guidance, outside of yourself, other successful business owners who can offer you advice.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think also it seems that different industries, but specifically the food and beverage industry, there's a little bit of a sisterhood and a brotherhood.
Yes.
If you own a restaurant, and then especially if you're a little bit more the chef cook of that restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's this sort of like, come on.
Yeah, there's
be part of this. Be part of this. I love the food and beverage industry.
Absolutely, me as well. There's definitely a good community of food and beverage business owners that we've gotten to connect with.
Good. Well, thank you very much. You were just fabulous. We really learned some great things. I hope everybody tries Twisted Plants sometime, either in Milwaukee on Brady Street, which is classic, or in Cudahy. Both sit-down locations, lovely, open for lunch and dinner. Just check the hours, as well as their food cart, and don't forget about the catering.